Hey y'all, welcome back to the ranch. I'm Jared Paul, and it is a frosty morning for spring here in Northwest Connecticut, but the march carries on because I have to get 15 more of my bonsais repotted. I put today as my deadline. So anyways, right now we're gonna attack these Thuja occidentalis. These were American arborvitae, and I can't remember the specific one of these, but the Thuja family. So we got a nice little forest here. What I've been doing with these would probably make most bonsai guys and gals cringe, but I pull it out, basically chop off a couple of inches at the bottom, fill it with soil, make sure there's nothing wrapping around the outside of the pot, and then plop them right back in so I don't disturb the layout of the trees. And this pot bit the dust as far as the crack a couple of years ago, and the plan was to get a nice pot to replace it, but I didn't, so it's going to go in one of these nursery pots. But the most important part is getting the roots done and getting these trees happy for spring. So Thuja occidentalis, that's what's coming up on today's episode of Jarhead Bonsai. Alright, so I was running a little short on soil, but my broski at Back Garden Bonsai, Ian, assured me that if I'm careful and repot smartly that I should have enough. Alright, that came out nice. Another pot for the trash, for the dump run. Oh yeah, I'm a dump guy now. I got my sticker. Trying to bring a load a week. Now that we've been here about 6 years, you realize what you are never going to use again. Oh, is that why you were so heavy? Had some nice rocks at the bottom of the pot. I potted this one up a while ago. This is more than 3 years for sure. This is going to take me a while. Basically, I'm going to rake them all out, cut along the bottom, and get them into a pot. Alright, so I was trying to go quickly. Alright, scissors are frozen together. But I didn't want y'all to miss this if you are new to bonsai. Alright, so we've got our roots hanging down here. I have these rounded dull scissors out here because Stella's been helping me out. So this isn't cutting so easily, but it will. The way these ordered better. Nope. Just a nice little haircut. Roots coming up, get rid of that. All right. So I've got some soil already prepped in there to the height I was thinking. I don't have to really worry about a front since it's a round pot. probably wait until it's warmer out a little later to water these roots in. Had a gap between clients. Laura was visiting with the kids with her mom, and so I said, this is an opportune time to get something done. And I wanted to include y'all, so. I pretty much just prune this to have a nice round topiary-like shape. And I'll continue to do that, so. After this thing recovers, probably in a couple of weeks when I start to see some new growth, I'll give it a nice little round pruning and take out any dead branches from the winter. I'm gonna do the soil level a little higher than normal because I know when I water it in later it'll settle a little better. But yeah, that's one now. Years ago, I probably should have taken this side out and just left this main trunk line, but here we are now, so I don't want to correct it this late in the game, so that's how we're gonna do it. All right, so there's some white quartz rock up on here, marble chips, I can't remember which one, and some nice moss growing. So that one popped off nice. I'm just setting all these little chunks to the side, and I'm going to rehydrate them, probably bring them inside this weekend, and see if we can't get this moss to spring back nice and green, and then I'll add it back to the plantings. Alright, I'm going to have to rake out these marble chips, so we'll come back when I've got this thing ready to rock. Alright. Had a break for some training. Then wifey and the kids came by, and she hopped on the new Peloton Tread Plus. And Stella and I played, and JJ intermittently napped. So the inside of this pot is broken off, but the rest of it looks good, so add it to the trash pile, but the pot will last at least another year. I guess there's some parts here. I don't want that terracotta chips mixed in the soil. That's the easy way to cut the hell out of yourself. So I'm gonna do what I've always wanted to do with one of these, just like the bonsai bloke, and I'm going to saw right down here. All right, so let me grab my handsaw. This is so exciting. I was so jealous. I'm gonna do like 2 inches up. So jealous of him when he was doing this. I said I wanted to do it, and my broski, Ian again at Back Garden Bonsai, drew a picture, explained why it was a bad idea. So, just setting him up for one of those I told you so moments, I guess. But this is a lot of fun. Oh yeah. I think the reasoning for not doing this was on the individual basis, where there could have been a lot of roots at the bottom and nothing up top. But I could see there's roots everywhere on this, so. Alright, my consigliere Ian, I didn't listen. So, anyways. So I got that off. A little raking. Gonna loosen it all up. I'm gonna put a little bit more than what I took out of the bottom in the what I took off in inches of root base, I'm going to add to the bottom of the pot before I pop this thing back in. Man, a lot of roots up in here. Along the edge. I'm not going to teach Stella this way. In my nice work pants. Got everybody inside. JJ was going out for a nap, and so I just kind of darted outside. I'm sure I'll get the hairy eyeball from Laura when I go back in, like, where did you escape to, leaving me with these two crazy kids? But it is what it is. Everybody survives while I'm at work, you know? We'll just pretend I'm working late. All right. So I'm just gonna get some of the hangers out of there. I tell you, the Thuja roots have been the toughest of all the roots I've trimmed. Like little branches. All right, cool. Whoop. All right, so let me get some soil in the pot. I'll get this bad boy situated. All right, so here we go. Just about perfect. Couple of guys hanging out there. All right, cool. Just gonna work some soil into the top. This way later when I water it in, it settles down in there. Recycled soil, so it's mixed with every other planting and the fresh soil that I mixed up. So yeah, there's going to be a couple of roots in there. I just pull them off afterwards. It is chilly, so after doing these pottings, I'm not putting them outside yet, putting them back in the garage where they overwintered. tool to work some soil in there around the edges. There we go. Actually a good way to make sure it's firm, but have a little lip around the edge. This way when I reapply the moss, I have something to sit it into. A little lip towards the edge. It's a lot tighter around back, so that's good. Right. Boom, boom. Sweet. All right. So I have some of these bad boys, 1, 2, and 3. I might be putting them into that window box style pot together because I just think that'll look great. And one of the pots broke last year, so it just doesn't match, and I can repurpose these nice pots. So yeah, we'll probably do that next. But looking at this, they typically get a little gold, a little brown in the winter, and then they come out nice and bright green. Filled in nice. I did a really big pruning on this bad boy, and I'm happy with how it turned out. So the repotting looks good to me. Hopefully it turns out well and everything recovers nice and strong. So that's going to do it for today's episode of Jarhead Bonsai, y'all. Hope you enjoyed yourselves. Plenty of repotting going on here. If you haven't caught any of the other videos, you could check them out. My latest, I'd say, week and a half. And if you haven't liked and subscribed, please do so. Love hearing the comments. So for my family to yours, I'm Jared Paul. Cheers.